Well, good day everybody. Gotta stay hydrated. Well, anyways, glad you could join me today. It's another hot one today. It's I'm in the shade. It's 31 Celsius, and it's only going to get hotter for the next few days, that's for sure. So it's pushing 89 Fahrenheit, and I just wanted to make this a quick video. Well, my kind of quick, I guess. But my other video that I had posted yesterday, when I started looking at it, there was things that I missed, and Dean from Orion actually pointed out one thing just in one of his comments that he gave me on Facebook about some of the things he carries. So what he mentioned, that he also carries a lens, magnifying lens. It's well, here, let me just show you. Oh, first thing, okay, EDC, what do I got? All right, my wallet, right? I didn't talk about it, but I also have a lens in here for starting a fire, right? I never mentioned it, never thought of it. It's in my wallet. It's always with me. Well, my Bic lighter, and as you can see, I always use it for my paracord melting. It's always with me. I go through a lot of these. I buy them in a pack of 5, pack of 6. If they came into a pack of 50, I'd probably buy the pack of 50 because I go through a lot of them. And then obviously, again, my folder. I always carry that with me. I'm in my garden, in my backyard, and it's always in my pocket. But anyways, yeah, so even though it's in your wallet, you could sometimes forget you got it, right? I was talking about EDC and this, that, and the other thing, and then one of my friends, Matt, was talking about where he lives. You know, he's got to carry a chainsaw, and that's why I said, you know, in the video, that you got to really think about where you are, location, what season it is, things that happen probably days prior to your heading out. Like if you had very heavy winds just a couple of days before you venture out, yeah, you probably have a lot of blowdown. And like Matt says, he ain't going anywhere if he doesn't have a chainsaw in his truck all the time. So you know what, I just never thought of mentioning my my silky saw. I got the Big Boy 2000. That's usually always in my truck, always. But the other day I had my Pocket Boy 170 with me. If a tree falls across the road, I'm turning around. I ain't gonna be cutting that with no Pocket Boy 170. But my Silky 2000, I'm cutting trees, like big trees, 10-12 inch trees. It took a while, but that was basically when I was deer hunting and you know, blow down across a deer trail or a quad trail, and I had to get by, and that saw is with me all the time. And you just have to do what you got to do. So thanks, Matt, for the reply. But yeah, it all depends on where you live, on what you carry, but also the days prior to your outings. Did you have a lot of heavy rain? Did you have a lot of big winds? You know, that's what you got to think about whenever you're putting together your personal EDC plus your EDC that you keep in your truck daily just to get around, eh? So I also mentioned my paracord. You know, I had a whole hank of 550 and only a small little 4 feet of 750. So I figured, you know what? There's 100 feet of 750 paracord planet. All right. Let's replet it. So that's going to go back in my truck. When I finish this video, I'm going to scoot over to my truck, throw that in there. So also, as far as the lens goes, it was always in my pocket, and in my wallet, and I just forgot to mention it, and I didn't even think of taking it out. So if you think about that, and you're in a situation where you have to start a fire and you're unaware of what you're carrying, you could have it right in your pocket, not even knowing, and you can put yourself in a very serious emergency situation. But yet the whole time you had a lighter on you, or the whole time you had a lens on you that you could start a fire. So I got one in my wallet, and I got two more here. Okay, and it's funny that Dean mentioned that from Ryan. As soon as he mentioned that, I just went, should have had a V8. I should have brought out my wallet type thing. And so again, this one here and this one here. I bought a 3-pack because I keep one in my wallet, and this one here is going to go in my quad, and this one here is going in my side-by-side. So thanks, Dean, for mentioning that. It just passed my mind. So anyways, enough of that. But yeah, so when you're getting your EDC together, just keep an open mind and practice by if you're stationary for a little period of time, just say, okay, what am I carrying? What do I have? Stuff like that. Just so you build up memory on everything that you carry, because I totally forgot about that lens in my wallet. But anyways, digress. Let's carry on. Okay, so a good friend of mine, he's got some videos out, and he talks a lot about Puukkos and stuff like this, and he talks about Mora knives, and he talks about all kinds of blades. Like, he's got a beautiful collection of blades, and he talks about the Normark. Okay, so just to show you a few knives is right here, right? So here's one that I picked up. Okay, here's another one that I picked up. All right, so I'm going to take the knives out. Now, this sheath here, the dangler, okay, it's in perfect shape. Nice leather. Buttonhole. Okay, that's what that is, a buttonhole. All right. Scandinavian type sheath, right? It's got the insert. Fishtail. This one here, it doesn't show that it's been cut, but it looks clean. But this tail's only swimming around with one. But anyways, so look how dark that is. Okay. Now, bought it off eBay. I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for it yet. When I got this delivered and I unpackaged it, I'll have to check to see if I took pictures. I don't remember if I took pictures. This was so blonde in color. There's no cracks, but I was actually afraid to pull the knife out because I didn't want it to break. I didn't want it to crack, split, It was so dry. Brought tears to my eyes. Whoever had this knife prior to me, shame on you. There was ways around to keeping this pristine, okay, which it is now. But check out the color. It's a dark brown. All right. I bought that knife and very satisfied. And then I started looking around again, and I got lucky and I found another one. The other one that I found is mint. It was advertised as used, in brackets new, but just to show you the difference, here's that sheath. Okay, there's the tail, there's the sheath. Okay, like, look at that, mint. Okay, again the buttonhole. Still has the forming. Beautiful craftsmanship. Nice stitching. All right. I believe this is 1975, and I'll tell you why in a bit. But I believe the knife that was in here and this sheath is 1975. All right. So, to go back to the other one, if I put them together, you'll see the difference in color. Okay, see how dark this is? Well, this one here was lighter than this. I call this light brown. I call this dark brown. This was super lighter than this and so dry, I thought it would break and crush and crumble. So there's the difference. Sheath was never touched on the top, but I'm telling you, it was kept in mint shape. The one in the bottom, not so good. I'm going to pause you for a second. Okay, I'm back. Just someone started the vehicle in adjacent yard. Anyways, it's very important to do maintenance, right? Yeah, everybody takes their knives, they strop it, they sharpen it, they clean it, they polish it every day, you know. Yeah, that's good. But man, you got to do the same to your leather. You know, there's no way around it. To have a safe knife, okay, you got to make sure you have a safe sheath, because this sheath here was so dry, so pathetic, that if you're going to sheath your knife, man, that would have just slit right through that if I would missheath it, right? So what did I do? How did I turn it from worse than this color to a darker color like this? But I'll tell you, this here, you'll probably never have to maintain that for a couple of years. This I worked 2-3 days on to get it like this. No polish, no dyes, just mink oil. Okay, this stuff right here. All right, now I do a lot of leather work. I have what, 8-9 of these. 8 of them aren't even open, but I'm going to open one today because the one that is open, it's only a little bit in the bottom, and I just wanted to bring out a new one for this video to show you what it is. Okay, so in here you'll see you have that's a cap in there. You got a foam pad, all right, in here. I've went through, since I started leather work only just a couple of years ago, I went through maybe 4 or 5 of these. Not once have I even taken this out of that plastic lid. Not once have I ever used this. Okay, I use whenever the wife decides that her dish rag for doing dishes is just, you know, she doesn't want it no more. She wants new, so she changes them quite often, and that's what I keep. So all her dish rags, which is what, maybe 10 inch by 10 inch or whatever, I keep them all. And after they come out of the laundry, they're nice. They don't even have holes in it. They're just, she wants new ones, so I fold them up. In my leather room, I got 2 of these that are empty, and I got all cloth inside them, and that's what I use for polishing instead of this. But this here, you take it off, it's a nice little container, right? Oop, I hope the wind don't take it. In here is the product. Okay, that's the product right there. Okay. Now, all right, this little elbow grease go a long way. Just, I coated this, let's just say the amount that I put on here from start to finish would have done 4 more sheaths with new leather, right? But this was in such bad shape that the dangler was hard. This here was hard. Now, there you go. You know what I mean? If you would have did that when I first got it, it would have broke. But this here was very hard and crunchy. And now you can apply, you can move it all over the place, and it ain't gonna break, it ain't gonna tear. I am not worried about it now. So now this here is properly maintained, right? So this one here is still in very, very good shape. But there's a reason that right now it's in good shape. It's not dry, there's no dry rot, it's very flexible. I'm not going to do anything to this yet because I'm going to keep this part of my collection. It's going to be a showcase, not a user. So, Normark. Okay, this is the first blade that I got, and thanks to Grizz and watching his videos and how he just loves this blade, and you know, he says it's a great worker, it's a good knife, and he likes his. He's got quite a few of them. And look at the upsweep, look at that blade. Okay, now this here is the blade that was in that bad sheath. It's in very good shape, like very, very good shape. It's used. It's used, but you know what? It's in very, very good shape. Okay. Now, there's a date here. Let me put on my glasses. Okay. On this side, it says 1967. But on the top, it says 74. So 1967 and 74. We'll get back to that. That is a great looking knife right there. Great looking knife. Fits really good in the hand. Got a nice swell. Very nice design. Very nice knife. And again, that was in the sheath from hell. So let's pocket that. There it is. So now, this is a very nice blade. I never sharpened it. I never stropped it. All I did was share a little love and respect, and brought the sheath leather back to pristine use. You know what I mean? It's not going to dry out no more, eh? So I'll just put that over here. Just give me a second. All right. Whoops. This one here is my second one. Okay. Again, this is the pairing. This is the one that was advertised used but new. All right. If you look at that blade, not a scratch on it. The only fingerprint on that is mine, if you could see one. But look at that, okay? If you look at the blade itself, all the way up, there's not a mark on this blade. Not a mark, not a scratch. Not a scratch anywheres on this blade. Not a nick, not a rub mark. Mint. All right. So both these blades are Fiskars from Finland. I don't know, maybe here, let me just tilt here. There. You should be able to see it there. I'll just have to move it around so the sun don't hit it. I had to put myself in the shade. It's hot. So anyways, Normark, right? Very nice blade. Now, the number on this one is also 1967. But the other number is not 74. The other number is 75. And when Bob was showing his knife, his number was 74. So I was looking on the internet for some information, couldn't find any information. So assuming that all of them say 1967, and then they all have a number, 74, 72, 73, 70, and stuff like this, I'm thinking that's the year. I'm thinking the design, or maybe the patent or the design or whatever, was 1967 for this blade right here. Even though they make so many, they got long filleting knife that's got a nice curve to it, but I didn't want that. But assuming that that's what it is, in 1967 they came out with this Puukko style with the upsweep blade. Like look at the upsweep on that. That's deadly. That's deadly. Where is it? You know? Yeah. Anyways, just thinking about that, and all of the other one having 74 and all that, I'm thinking that's the year. So this one here, probably 75, and this one here, 74. So there's 74 and 74, 75. Very nice blades. This one here, it's going to be maintained nicely. It's going to be cleaned. It's going to be back in my sheath. There it is. Okay, nice dangler. Very, very nice color. Very, very good shape. Now, see right here what it says on the sheath. Okay. Made in Finland. I love this knife. This one here is in very good shape. I might just put a light application of mink oil. Just a light application, just so I can seal it. I'm not going to spend 3 days on it, like I had no choice to do that. I want to keep this color as best as I can. Okay, this one was lighter than this one. So anyways, this one here, I will not be using. This one here, let's use it. Okay, so how much did I pay for this blade? This one and that dark sheath. Okay, the price of the knife and delivery to where I live here in Canada was $35 US. 35 for the knife and badass sheath that I had to do some work on, delivered. Unbelievable price. It's just, you know what, just ship me the knife. It was a very good deal. I could not pass that up. Excellent deal. And this one, being mint the way it is, it's too bad I did not have it in a package. It's just too bad. It would have been nice. But you know what? It's going to be nice in my collection either way. Okay? So, that one, I paid a little bit more. Delivered to my door from the US, and the shipping is what killed me a little bit, but it was $95 US. You know what? You get what you pay for, right? When I unpackaged that and I took a look at it, and when I finally drew the knife out of the sheath and examined that with a fine-tooth comb, there wasn't even a fingerprint on the blade. There was not even a fingerprint on the blade. There was a very, very fine oil. Very fine oil. And I cleaned that right off for this video. And when I go back in the house, I'm going to put that real fine oil back on, sheath it, and maintain it. It's a beautiful stainless steel blade. Very nice blade. Excellent for field dressing game. Okay, nice point for getting under the hide. You know what? I gotta look at this sweep here. Just give me a second there, because two different knives. I just caught that now. Just look at the tip. Concentrate on the tip. Okay. Look at the sweep on this one. Very aggressive here. But look at the shiny part compared to the bevel and all that. Okay. And here, let's put it like this. The other one's not aggressive at all. This here is just slightly curved. This one here is aggressively curved. Right here. I don't know if it's picking it up. Yeah, you can really notice the aggressiveness on this one compared to this one. This is more flat. It does come up right at the tip, right there. That's where, so it comes down, and just right there at the point is where it starts going up. This one, okay, this one here, the whole thing is round. This one, There, not so much. I was out of the screen more than I was in the screen. Anyways. Wow, big difference. Same knife, same everything. 74, 75. But the tip is different. Look at, you can see this one here, how it scoops right out, and this one here doesn't. Wondering minds. Anyways. As far as carving, all right. The other day I made some notches there with that other blade I had, so I'll just, if I had a magic marker, I'd mark them all out so I'll know that they're already used, like you do when you're target practicing and, you know, your bullet holes. Okay, so, crap. So, again, I never touched that knife since I had it. Did not put an edge on it. In my books, okay, it's sharp in my books, but I would probably put 30 minutes of touching that blade up in my books. It's gonna process wood. It's gonna do what you got to do. It bites, carves. Yeah, it's okay. Now, again, down at the bottom here, I actually feel sharper. Right from here to the tip, not so much. Right from here to here is sharp. The rest, not at all. So let's see if we can do a couple of notches anyways. Again, the blade itself needs some work. There's no doubt about it. Always remember too, a sharp knife is a safe knife. A dull knife, you got to be very careful. When it's sharp, it's safe. That's no fault of the design, that's fault of whoever owned it before and never maintained it, eh? Feels good in the hand. Like I got a good purchase there. Okay, like I mentioned before, from outside here to here at a relaxed hand, I'm sitting at 4 inches. As a fist like this, you see how it swells out here and here, 4 3/8. So, and that's in my mitts. Good purchase. But this is for a friend of mine. I got a tape measure. So, the blade itself, 4 7/8. So right from here, 4 7/8. That's a nice size blade, 4 7/8. Very, very nice blade. The handle, the full purchase of the handle, 4 1/4. So the handle's 4 1/4. So you can see that. So you can see the purchase, right? And then when I squeeze, then it disappears, eh? So if you measure your hand, you'll know that that's a good handle, good purchase. Nice swell to it. Very nice blade. Very dull, nice blade. But, you know what? I already did a video on how to sharpen a knife. You know, doing the Lansky and work sharp and whatever. Probably with this one, I'm going to just use my diamond rod on it for a bit, and then I'm going to do some leather work. Just strop it. I'll try it without the compound, see what happens, then I'll put a little bit of compound to see if it gets a little sharper, right? But right now, putting your thumb here, using your other thumb to push with the tip. The fine stuff for the very, very tip, okay? Pushing down on the very tip. No, you can't do that. I got to put my thumb here. So by doing this, it doesn't feel good. So slide the knife up, put my thumb here, and push. Now it's a little bitter. The spine, who knows? Maybe that was a 90 degree at one time. Oh, okay, it scrapes. Maybe at one time that was 90 degrees. Let me check the other one. Never been used. Yeah, you know what? That spine is 90 degrees with quite the sweep. Yeah, that is so cool. Dull knife. No fault to the designer. It's whoever owned it before me, right? Then again, it's whoever used it before me, because the guy that sold it to me, who knows, it could have been a estate sale or something, right? And he probably has nothing, no knowledge on knives whatsoever. But anyways, I can't carve that anymore. That just needs way too much work. But that feels great. It's too bad it's not sharp, because that'd be a great bush knife. So I can't do any more notches or anything like that with this blade. But Grizz, thanks, man. I like, okay. I've seen these before I was married, you know what I mean? I seen these in the early 80s, you know, and especially the filleting knives, okay? I've been fishing since I was 9 years old, and I have filleting knives, Martini, and at the time, buying this compared to the one with the wooden handles with the little picture of the lure and the fish or whatever from Martini, there was probably, the Martini at that time was probably a $6 knife, $7 knife, and this one here, exactly the same, was probably a $24 knife, $25 knife at that time. So, you know, it was a no-brainer. I never bought this. I bought the other one, right? And then later on, this one jumped in price big time and started climbing the ladder big time. And just 2 days ago, I was at our local store, and I was in the knife section, and I wanted a little 4-inch filleting knife for skinning deer and all that, and to keep on my belt. And they're only $32, and then the one with the 8-inch blade is $33, $34. So back in early 80s till now, it only went up a couple of dollars, but these skyrocketed. So I couldn't justify buying one of these just to clean fish, so I bought the other one, right? Big mistake. Filleting knife, yeah, maybe so, but I should have jumped on the bandwagon with one of these a long time ago. Just never did. Then when I bought a hunting knife, well, when I bought a good hunting knife, I bought the Buck 119, and that was a nice solid knife. I still use it today, you know what I mean? I still use it today. And I've been using the Buck 119. That's been in my wall 80, I think 85. Yeah, 1985. That's been in a, you know, that's been my prime knife. But I like this one. Feels good. Thanks, Chris. My keeper, I'm going to polish that up, put it on display. I really like that tip. That's an aggressive tip. I'll keep that. Oh, there it is. Okay. This one here, I'm going to put some TLC in that son of a gun. I'm going to sharpen that like there's no tomorrow. Put a nice proper edge on it. Clean her up real good. And I'll do a backup video processing some wood, making some notches. But for now, this here is going to have to go on the shelf until I do some work. At least the sheath came out nice. There we go. Nice knife. So that's going to be my user. So I'm going to head to the truck, put that in my center console, go to my both bikes, throw that in there. With I got each of my bike has its own fire kit. I have a saw in each bike. I have a folder in each bike. Then I have my little tool case in each bike. So now I'm just going to put one of these in each of them. Mink oil, wax. Take care of your sheaths. Man, take care of your sheath. Take care of the leather. You can use all kinds of stuff just to keep your leather pristine. You can use, you can use light olive oil or something like that and just rub it in, put a little bit on it. Use gun oil, a little, just take care of your leather, you know, take care of your leather. And that's very important. So anyways, take a little measurement. You guys, thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell, get notified for my upcoming videos, and keep her sharp. Take care. Bye now.